Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
You've recorded a poem.
A poem.
A poem.
Yeah, poem.
Yes. Is
You
that
know,
easy
in
to understand? Yeah.
yeah, poem is like in Chinese, you also have lots of poems by
hmm
the very famous writers in your
Yeah.
history. They write
Yeah.
poems about
Usually. mhm,
everything.
Usually the poems are very hard to understand.
Oh,
You have without some introduction or some
oh,
reference beneath the point, you will find it
yeah.
hard to understand the point, even in Chinese. So
Oh,
for me, I never read a poem,
yeah.
an English poem. So uh, maybe I will have
Yeah.
a try. So,
Ours are very easy to understand. The majority of the
mhm,
poems are like for children and adults, and anybody can write poems.
mm,
Like I write a lot of poems in my moments in Hello Talk. You just make it up as you go along. But of course, there are
oh,
very famous poets who write in the olden times, like Shakespeare. He might write
mm,
in the olden English, whereby today we would find it difficult to understand. But in those days,
yes.
obviously, the people at school or even outside school, they would understand because it's their language at that time. So you've got
Oh,
very
yeah.
famous poets throughout the
Mm,
centuries, and people like to read poems because they are shortened form of
mm,
writing,
mm,
and they
mm,
describe your feelings in all the different circumstances. So it is very
mm.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And usually the writer wants to express something in his
Yeah,
poem. So the meaning of the poem does not just about the superficial meaning. It
yeah.
has a deep
Sometimes it's got a
meaning,
deeper meaning, but
deeper meaning.
other
Yeah.
times, other times it's just to express the beauty. Like Wordsworth in the
Mm,
Romantic period, he would just write
mm,
very famous poems about a daffodil, a flower. He and his
oh,
sister, they one Wordsworth was a poet and a writer. His
mm,
sister was a poet and also a writer. So they'll
mm,
go out in the countryside and they would just see things. And Wordsworth wrote this very, very famous poem called The
mm.
Daffodil. And of
The
course, in his
daffodil.
time, yeah, The Daffodil. And in his time, people wouldn't think that it's famous. It's only after his
Mm,
death that,
yeah.
many uh, generations
Mm,
later think, oh, what a lovely poem. It's unusual. So,
things are like that. And many
yeah, it's
writers
very
have
funny.
experienced that. Yeah. When they are
Mm,
alive, their works are nothing.
yeah,
But
neglected.
after
Yeah,
neglect, yeah, after they died, people find their works are
yeah,
very uh,
yeah. It's very,
valuable.
very unique. Yeah. So
Mm.
when we were
So
children
what
at
about?
school,
Mhm. Yeah.
we always learned poems as we go along
Mm.
throughout the school. There will always be
So
poems to learn.
would the points will use the traditional English or just use
No,
the
just
modern
modern English. Yeah,
language, modern
yeah.
English?
Mm.
Oh, I see. So what's about this point you recorded?
This one is modern English. This one,
Modern
Robert
English.
Louis Stevenson was a very famous writer, and he wrote
hmm
Treasure Island. So,
Oh,
Treasure
Treasure
Island,
Island.
yeah.
Yeah,
So this
I
is
think
just
I've
a poem in
read
between.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. And it is a very nice
Tre-
poem.
oh, sorry. The Treasure
Treasure
Island.
Island.
Treasure Island is a book or just a
Yeah.
poem?
No, Treasure Island is a book.
Yeah, I think I've read that book. Yeah,
Yeah.
in
It's so
Chinese.
famous.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
Mm, mm, yes.
Yeah.
So, and actually, I just read this point, but
Yeah.
although I know the words, but when they are combined together, I don't know what the
No,
writer wants
it's
to
very,
say.
very simple. It's just this little boy who says, I climb up the tree, I want to look in the
Mm,
distance to all the things that go on. So you can
mm,
interpret it such as like, you know, we can look forward to foreign lands, you know, where the rivers go into the sea and you can see the mountains and the hills. So you can go
mm,
further and think about it in that way. But
mm,
um, just on the face of it, it's very simple. It's just a little boy who lives
uh,
in the countryside and he wants to
mm,
see the world. So he's looking
mm,
out to at the environment around him.
mm.
Yeah.
All right. So there are no deeper meaning in this point, just the superficial meaning.
Yeah, I mean, you can read into it further if you want to, but if not, it's
Mm,
just very superficial because at the end he said, where the roads on either hand lead onward into fairyland. Into fairyland is like you're dreaming about the fairyland that children dream about, where
mm,
all the children dine at 5. That means in the old days, the
mm,
children will have their tea at 5 o'clock. And then
mm,
all the playthings come alive. That means in that fairyland, things come alive. So he's not talking just about um, the children having the tea. He's talking about the fairyland, the unseen. That he's thinking that
mm.
we go into the fairyland and we can see a lot of things coming alive. So
Yeah.
that's how he wrote.
Mm, yeah. So, do you have many points like that?
Yeah, there
So
are
I think it's
many.
good.
There are many.
It's good. Yeah, because I,
Yeah.
in the past I've never
Oh,
considered to read a poem, an
yeah.
English poem, because I think it would be difficult. Would be difficult for me.
Yeah, you can start with the
Yeah.
easy ones. I mean, some of them are
Can
very
you
simple. I
can you
will
give me
find some.
some recommendations? Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I've got a book of poems, and as I say, I used to read poems when I was a child, but
Mm,
I will find it and I will give you some titles. Um,
mm, because usually the poems are shorter
yeah, they're
and
short. Mm,
they're short. Yeah.
yeah, I've got.
And
Yeah, yeah. I bought recently, or a couple of years ago, I bought one book called Best Loved Poems. And
mm,
it is about poems which not everyone, but a lot of them are poems that people will have come across. They tell you
mm,
about your childhood, about um, very, very famous poems that everybody in the last generation, they will have read about it. See,
mm,
there's this one. I don't know who wrote this one. I remember. It doesn't say here who wrote it. Oh, Thomas Hood.
mm,
Okay, this one is famous. It goes like that. I remember the house where I was born, the little
mm,
window where the sun came peeping in at morn. That means in the morning.
mm,
He never
mm,
came a wink too soon, nor brought too long a day. But now I often wish the night had borne my breath away. So it goes on to another 3 paragraphs.
mm.
So all these are very, very common poems that we learned when we were children.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I find that although the poems were written maybe hundreds years ago, but
Mm.
the but each sentence of the poem uh, rhymes. Is that right?
Yeah. One way of
Rhymes.
writing poem, like if they used to write poems where it rhymes, and that is very difficult. There are different ways of
Mm,
writing a poem. One way is
mm,
that you make the end of that sentence rhyme with each other. Like you say,
mm,
um, let me see, make, break, heart, part. That last
mm.
word will rhyme. So that's called rhyming poems. But
Rhyming
I mean,
poems. Yeah.
yeah. So the last word will rhyme with each other. But a lot of
Mm,
people find it very, very difficult to find the
mm,
words that will rhyme, especially when they're writing about something, how to find a word that will rhyme with each other. So it's not
mm,
easy. So therefore,
Yes.
there are many different ways of writing a poem. It could be just the syllables. You can have 11 syllables or more, or you can have the Japanese way of writing a poem. I can't remember the word for it. So there's so many accepted ways. And then, of course, you've got the blank verse of Shakespeare, and you have the blank verse of Wordsworth. He wrote a very, very long poem. And then you have everybody else just writing as they feel. And nobody will tell you that you are writing it wrongly. It's just that a poem will have lines that are not complete sentences. Yeah, and they're shortened and it's accepted. It's like a poem. I've posted so many on my moments when I just feel like writing and I just make up a poem. If I feel like saying, where I went, or some other things like the moon or the sun or that sort of thing, and just make it up. Just make up a story, talking to the moon, talking to the sun, that sort of thing. It doesn't have to rhyme. If it rhymes, it's just one of the ways of doing it, but it doesn't have to rhyme. It's very interesting.
I guess if the poems written hundreds years ago rhymes,
Yeah, not all of them, only some, because they are
it
accepted
doesn't
ways
change
of writing.
much. Yeah, during the
Yeah,
past. Yeah.
yeah. They're just accepted ways of writing a poem. So it depends on how the person wants to write it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
And
Yeah,
also
you
it's
can.
short, so
You can.
it's shorter than having to record a story. So it's a little change.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can read more poems.
Yeah.
People may find it interesting to read poems because
Yeah.
nowadays, because it's quite busy and how's that society. People may find they don't have the time to read poems or
Yeah.
other books. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not until recently I started to read some books because I find in the past
You had
few
no
years
time.
I never read a book. The book
Yeah.
means um, the
A
classical
novel or
works.
anything,
Yeah,
yes.
not a textbook. Yeah, so I think it's very important to read uh, the uh, classical novels or
Yeah.
uh, mm, yes. Mm.
Okay. So now you've uploaded most of them.
Yes, today I also upload
Huh?
one, and I think you sent me this point,
Yeah.
which I haven't uploaded. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
will upload it tomorrow. The
Yeah.
point, yeah, I didn't upload it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
But the
I think we
followers, they
should,
are so slow to take off.
but
Yeah.
but at least the number is
They're
increasing
reading.
every day. Yeah,
Mm.
I
Yeah.
because I um, noticed that every day one or two people will have subscribed your channel. Yeah.
Oh,
Although the speed is not fast, but
yeah, it's not.
the number is still,
Very
keep
small.
increasing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
It depends on the kind of audience who reads it and who finds it useful. A lot of people might
mm,
think, they're not really interested.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think your audience are mainly about English learners. They are most
Yeah.
of them
English
are English
learners.
learners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm, okay.
Okay.
So
So have you decided whether you go to Nanjing or to um, Disneyland?
I I think we will probably go to the Disneyland again
Oh,
because we have 3 days
yeah.
and we've got the annual pass of the
Oh, yeah.
Disneyland.
Mm,
Yes. So usually we would just uh, go there just in the day and we have to go back because we don't have the time. Yeah,
yeah.
for example, we went to Disneyland on the weekends. We only planned for a day for the Disneyland, so we have to go back in that day.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so uh, in the 3 days, we plan to
Stay
spend
there.
all 3 days there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Then you don't have to travel to and fro every day.
yes. Yeah. Although almost all of the, how say the activities, how do you call that? Because you have many kinds of uh, activity you
Shows or
can
what?
try. Shows,
Activities?
yeah,
Mm.
shows, and also like the roast coaster roller
Yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah. The activities and
and
the rides,
activities,
the
like all
ride.
kinds of
Yeah.
that kind of things. Almost all of them we have
You've already tried.
experienced. Yeah, we have done that.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend, she's keen on Disney. Every time she
She
goes
likes
there,
it.
she likes it so much. But for me,
Oh.
I, I'm not really keen
Mm.
on visiting Disneyland.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, so
Yeah. I think
it's like that.
children love it because it's
And girls
it's like,
also
yeah,
like it.
and
Yeah.
some adults also like it. Yeah. I don't really like the rides very much, especially the ones that go up and go round and round. It's really
Mm,
very scary.
yes. Yeah. And another uh, thing the girls like to visit Disneyland is they want to take photos because
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's
Mm,
very beautiful there, and
mm,
you
yeah.
can take photos with the
Mm,
cartoon. How's
yeah.
it? Cartoon
The cartoon
people,
characters.
cartoon characters. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. Yeah,
Mm.
mm.
Those
And
people
if
who
you,
have to act as them must be very, very sick and tired of doing it every day, putting on the
mm,
costumes.
yeah, costumes. Yeah, but almost all the staff in the Disney, they seem very
Ah.
happy, and
Mm.
if you go there, yeah, you'll be influenced by their
Yeah.
smiles and
Affected. Mm.
happiness. Yeah, affected. Yeah, affected.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yes, and if you watch many Disney movies, yeah,
Ah.
you will also like it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
there are many characters in the movies
Yeah. All the sceneries
acting.
and
Yeah,
yeah.
sceneries. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Have you looked up that movie that I recommended you?
Yes, yeah. But I cannot find it.
Oh.
I don't know. Prob, first of all, it definitely, you know, how to say, it didn't put uh, on, didn't put on it in the cinema. How to say,
Oh. It
so,
was last year, so um, I think it came out a year ago, last
not
Christmas.
all the movies will be
Come
put.
through.
Not all the
Mm,
movies mm, will
will be
come
shown.
through on.
Yeah,
Will be shown, yeah, in the cinema, and if the movies, no,
they are not shown.
yeah, are not shown in the cinema, you can find it. You can find them on the
Yeah.
internet. But for that movie, you recommended, I cannot find it on the internet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
My son downloaded that
Mm,
movie
mm,
on his hard drive, his movie room. So we went to watch
mm,
it. But then
mm,
he was very surprised by my reaction because initially he said, we were going to watch this movie. And I said, I'm not interested in all this kind of thing. So he said, come and watch.
mm,
So I did. And then they were so surprised that I liked it. And I'm going to
mm,
buy off Amazon because Amazon Prime will sell movies. And you can just buy it
mm,
like £7 and you can
mm,
download it and it'll be on your account. So you can watch it anytime. And it's one that I will want to go and rewatch because I like
mm,
some of the scenery, I mean some of the
mm.
scenes and
Yeah,
the dialogue. So I want to go back
yeah.
and hear the dialogue again, what they talk say to each other. It's not
Mm,
serious, but it's good fun. So I just want to hear it. And
mm,
normally I don't usually see a movie twice, but this one was very
mm.
touching. So I like to watch it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
mm,
And there's another
yeah.
one that was good. Jennifer Lawrence, she is
Jennifer
very, very
Lawrence.
famous. Yeah. And she won an Oscar for a movie that she starred in. Um, something Playbook. I can't remember the full
Playbook.
name now. Yeah,
Mm,
that's got the name Playbook in it. Um, I have to find it. Jennifer Lawrence. But that is worth watching. I also enjoyed that very much.
mm, yeah. Mm. Do you usually watch movies? How long do you
No,
watch movies? Mm,
Western, Western movies, I don't really watch that much, apart from when my son downloads it and I go over to watch it. And I only like to watch those which are action movies or science fiction. And my husband doesn't like those.
yeah, yeah.
So, but there are
Mm,
lots of other movies that he'll go and watch, and I don't go because they are not my type. So,
mm,
I have to find ones that which I like.
mm.
Um, have you heard of Jennifer Lawrence? Ah,
Jennifer
Jennifer
Lawrence?
Lawrence. Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah, she's
Maybe,
very, very famous.
maybe her movies. Yeah, but I would not remember the actress, the actors' names. Yeah, even
Yeah.
for Chinese actors and actors, I just don't want to remember their name because I just want to watch their movies, their
Yeah, just like
dramas.
I
Yeah.
never knew the names before until nowadays, I see one or two that the same actor acts in it. So I can remember the name. Like for example, recently there was a Chinese drama with two guys in it. I can't remember the name now, but they are very famous and they are very, very popular. And I also like the both of them very much. So you must have
Mm,
heard about the title. I can't remember the title
mm,
now anyway. But I've just typed you the name of that story called Silver Lining Playbook. And
Silver
it's a very good
Linings.
story. Yeah. That
Mm,
one I like, plus of course this one, which I really like. So only a few I like. Um, these days, as I say, I don't really bother to watch the Western ones because there's too much to watch. Well, I only watch the ones which I like. Like sometimes
mm,
before the lockdown, we used to go to
mm,
the cinema when a new movie comes out and it's a good one. Like maybe it's a
mm,
Transformers or one of those. We do go and watch.
mm,
Yeah.
mm. Yeah, and on last day of last year, I think it is 12 December
Yeah.
31st. My girlfriend and I went to the cinema and watched a movie acted by starred by Andy Lau Liu.
Oh, Andy
He's an
Lau.
Andy Lau. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's an actor from Hong Kong and
Yeah, I
he's
know
very
him.
famous.
Yeah.
Mm,
I've seen
yeah.
a lot of his movies, and he's a very good
Mm,
singer.
yeah, yeah, also, yeah.
Mm.
Mm,
I told you
yeah, you.
he was
Mhm.
in one movie which I liked a lot, Shaolin 2014, some 201, I don't know, 201, whatever it is. And in that movie, he played a very, very good role. it's about one of those Shaolin movies, and it's
Shaolin.
like fighting
The Kung
and
Fu.
yeah, like kung fu. But he acted so
Mm,
well, and then in the end, he
mm,
went and became a monk because at
mm,
first he wasn't he was just one of the other in the government, that sort of thing, and then they were hurting the people, so he ended up fighting for the ordinary people and for the monks, and he became a monk, and his wife in that story was Fan Bingbing, and
mm, mm,
he left her, of course, because he went into the monastery and continued his life there. And Jackie Chan was also in it. In it, he was the cook, and he was
mm,
leading the children and the women to safety. It was a very nice movie.
mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
only
also
one or
watch
two
a
like
lot
that
of
I really like.
movies.
Hmm?
Mm. I also
Which
watch
one
a
did you
lot
see?
of acted by like Jackie Chan and Andy Lau and many other actors
Oh,
in Hong Kong. Yeah,
yeah,
because Hong Kong movies during 1980s to
yeah,
1990s at that time, the quality of Hong Kong movies at that time
yeah,
was so good. Yeah, even
yeah,
now, many people in China still love it. And for me,
yeah.
I don't because the newly newly pub, newly released or
Yeah,
published
released.
movies,
Hmm.
released movies are
Can't
not
match them.
as good as cannot match them. Yeah, they are just even those movies acted starred by the original Hong Kong actors, just like
Mm.
the one I saw uh, um, on December 31st of last year.
Ah, what is it called?
It's called the. Uh, let me check it. It's called actually it's another movie. It's a series. It's a second movie,
Ah,
and it's called the Titan Transit in Chinese. I will find the English name
yeah.
for of it.
Oh,
Just wait a minute. I think you probably watched the first one
oh.
because it's a Hong Kong movie.
These days, I don't see um, hardly any Hong Kong movies because I don't see them on the internet.
Uh, it's called Shock Wave.
Shockwave. Oh,
Shock Wave. Yeah,
I haven't seen it. And it's
yeah,
in
and
Mandarin or Cantonese?
the original version is in but it
Cantonese.
is in Cantonese, but
They've dubbed it.
when yeah, when it's released in mainland China, it's dubbed
Oh,
it, yeah. And
yeah.
even for uh, oh, those actors acting, Landy Law acting in the movie, I still
Oh,
think this one is not as good as those in the 80s, 90s,
oh.
because mm, for the present movies, the newly
Ah,
released movies, you can find they are uh, they are not as real as as how say
as
it's
the
can just use
originals, the previous
yeah
ones.
the previous ones, yeah, the plot is not well designed, yeah.
Yeah.
While for the previous ones
Oh, yeah.
you
Shockwave 2. Is that the
yeah
one?
it's more
Yeah.
funny, yeah. Mm.
Oh, God. So he lost one of his legs.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, God.
Mm.
Oh, dear.
Shockwave
Mm.
2
Yeah.
actually is
Shockwave
the
2. Yeah.
second Shockwave 2. Yeah. I don't know whether you can have access to that movie. I don't think it because it's the
Oh,
newly released one. Yeah,
yeah.
you can still
Probably not.
watch it in the cinema. And I don't
Oh.
know whether you can have an English subtitle or it's dubbed
Mm.
in
Yeah.
English.
I'm not very keen on that because I don't like him losing his leg.
Mm.
So not nice.
Yeah,
Uh,
but in the Hong Kong movies, it's always about the action movies.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
they're
yeah,
always fighting. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm,
Okay, I'll have a look.
mm.
I like him a
And
lot as well,
yes, yeah, and he's very handsome, and he's he's not
especially in the
like
Condor
other
Heroes. You know, yesterday I was telling
condo
you
heroes.
about the
Yeah, yeah.
Condor Heroes. He was in one of the
Yes.
earlier ones, and he was so
Mm,
young then.
mm. And he's not like the other actors has many, relations, uh,
Yeah.
yeah. I think he's married, and
Ah.
it, it's not like other actors are married and
Oh.
divorced and married
Yeah.
again. Yeah, only have one
Yeah.
wife and
Yeah.
stick to, yeah, and
Yeah. Do you like those action movies?
yeah, I like it so much. I like the action movies. So that's why I like the previous Hong Kong movies.
You should watch this one that I'm typing for you. I told you before. Um,
Mm,
and the music is beautiful.
which one is it? Shaolin.
Shaolin 2011.
Mm,
I really love
maybe
the
I
music
maybe
and
I've
such a
I've
lovely
watched it.
story.
I've seen it. Yeah,
Maybe you've seen it.
Shaolin. Yeah, maybe
Shaolin.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Shaolin. There's another one called Shaolin Kung Fu.
Yeah, but this
Shaolin
is different.
Football.
There's so many Shaolin. This particular one is 2011. That's the one that he was
2011.
in.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Mm,
it's such a good story and beautifully done. And I think it was Fan Bingbing who was there. She was very good. Such a
mm,
lovely story. I just liked it so much. And Nicholas
mm.
C, he is also very famous. He was in it as well.
Nicholas.
Yeah. Nicholas is also a Hong Kong person, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I know his Chinese name, but I
Yeah.
don't know his, yeah,
He's very
English
famous.
name. Yes,
Yeah.
but nowadays I just don't have
Time.
much time to watch dramas, watch
Yeah. I
movies.
know dramas are too
Mm,
long. Some of these
too long.
dramas I tend to
Mm,
skip a few episodes because
mm.
they go on to about 40 episodes on average, and it's just too
Yes.
many. You know, why do
Mm.
they? I don't know why they have to go and make it so long.
It's very common for Chinese dramas. Usually they will have 40, even 50,
Yeah,
even
40, 50.
70
Yeah,
dramas,
so ridiculous.
episodes, and each episode will last for like 50 minutes.
45 minutes at least.
So
Yeah,
45,
I
yeah,
just don't have the
45
patience
minutes.
to wait. And every day watch one or two
Mm,
episodes. So sometimes
mm,
I just leave it for a while and then go back to it
mm,
and watch the
yeah.
ending.
So do
Yeah.
you know how did I watch the dramas? I think in the past year,
Uh-huh.
last year, I have the time to watch dramas. So if I think it's too long,
Uh-huh.
there are too many episodes for for the
Yeah.
dramas, I will play it. I would play it at two times. How say it? Two times speed.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
but it's so
I will just
ridiculous.
skip. I'll skip the
Yeah.
episodes. Mm.
Mm,
But if you skip it, then you lose the fun of watching it. And you go back, you don't really want to watch the in between. And if you watch the end, you don't want to go back and watch the rest of the story.
and the funny thing is that if you skip one or two episodes, you can still understand the story. That
Yeah, yeah.
means the two the episodes doesn't don't tell you much
No.
about
Yeah, you're
the
right.
story. Yeah, it's
The
too
the plot is too
mm,
simple. It's just
too
based on
simple.
that. And then especially if there's the period dramas and there's fighting going on, you know roughly how it's going to end. I mean, all those
Mm,
period dramas with the emperor and all his concubines and all the
mm,
people who are fighting him, you know how it's going to end. Somebody is going to commit suicide. maybe the leading girl will die. So it's very, very boring.
Mm, yeah. And if you want to watch more Chinese dramas, you can download some Chinese apps, Chinese
No, but then
streaming
if there are no
websites.
subtitles, I don't understand.
Uh, I think those Chinese streaming
Ah,
applications, they have their international version.
I have.
Yeah.
Mm, I do subscribe to a
We
couple of international ones like Tencent. They
Tencent,
got
we
one
do, yeah.
WE. Yeah, so I subscribe to that, and they all of them they have subtitles. So and
That
then
yeah.
one or two others, but you have to subscribe to it, and the ones on YouTube they also have, but not a huge amount. So you have to wait. There are
Yeah.
some good ones, as of course, but if you can't read Chinese, then they might never be subtitles for them, so you lose out. So that's why that was the
Mm,
original reason why I wanted to learn Chinese, because even if I can understand some of it, like what are they
mm,
saying? If I can understand the
mm,
gist of it, like the general is telling you to go
mm,
and hide or whatever, I need to know what
mm,
they're saying, because
mm,
without the dialogue, it's not interesting. Of
mm.
course you can see
Yeah.
from the action like they're fighting and that sort of thing, and then
Yeah.
it's no fun. You have to make up
Yeah.
yourself. I just want to understand what they're saying.
There's another choice. You can
uh,
watch Hong Kong dramas,
I
which
know I
is
haven't seen them
also
on
very
YouTube.
popular.
Yeah, I have to
Um,
search again. I mean, for
some
some
of my
years I've missed out
friends,
on all these Hong Kong dramas, because
mm,
when I went home before, my
mm,
sister-in-law, my brother's wife, she went with me to the um, video shops, and I bought lots of Chinese dramas which have English subtitles or they are in
mm,
Cantonese, and
mm,
I watched so many. But now since I don't go back, I've missed out on those. So nowadays I only
mm,
watch the Mandarin ones, the ones from China.
mm. Yeah. Some of my friends they like the Hong Kong dramas. Yeah,
Oh,
not the previous one, but the Hong Kong nowadays will also produce
oh,
many
yeah,
dramas every year,
yeah.
and some of my friends they want to watch
They
it. Yeah,
watch.
although
Oh,
they will watch them. Yeah, and those dramas are in Cantonese. Maybe you
yeah,
can understand. Yeah, those
yeah. I
dramas.
can understand, not all of it, but in a sentence, at least I can understand 50% of it. So I know the gist of what they are saying. If I don't
Mm,
understand the whole sentence, but I can understand 50% of it, that means I know what they are saying. But if you don't understand
mm,
at all, then it's no fun. You can't really watch
mm.
it.
Yeah, and there's a TV called TVB. I often heard about that.
Yeah, yeah,
They
I've
said,
seen that. Yeah,
mm,
in Malaysia they have that as well. TV8,
mm,
TVB, or wherever. Yeah.
yeah, I
Anyway,
think you can watch dramas here on that
yeah,
channel, in that channel.
but
Yeah,
I don't regret it, because watching dramas take up a lot of time.
yeah,
So, like every night when I come up to bed, I just start going on the YouTube, and I watch until I fall asleep. And then after a
mm,
while, I think, I'm wasting my time just watching the dramas.
mm,
So
yeah,
I then try and do something else, like reading the news or reading other things.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's why I decide not to watch those dramas
Yeah,
because
it's better not to.
if watch
Yeah, I agree.
you will be addicted to it, and you, you just wait 1 or 2 episodes every day,
Yeah.
and
I don't even
after you
like
watch it,
watching one or two
mm,
episodes. I like watching
mm,
continuously.
yeah.
Yeah, which is so bad.
So, so I prefer to wait the whole
Yeah,
episodes
when it's finished.
being released. Yeah, when it's finished,
Yeah.
and I will usually I will watch the whole episodes
Yeah.
at one
Does
time.
your
Yeah, I don't. Mm,
does your mom like watching?
mm, sorry,
Does your mother like watching dramas?
mom. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, your dad?
So yeah, Because every day they after they go back
Uh,
home from work, mm, all I think to just watch the TV
yeah,
and watch dramas. Yeah,
yeah.
mm, and mm, they prefer to watch those. I say the war dramas, dramas
Oh,
about the
those, yeah.
wars.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate war dramas. I cannot bear it because I really hate war. So anything like if you have a, war drama, I just hate watching it. I don't like people going to war, and even the Western ones, I don't like it at all. Like you go
Mm,
somewhere and they're on a mission to go and just too much
mm,
suspense, and I don't like that
mm.
sort of thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
there are some movies reflect the Second World War.
yeah, I don't like
It's
that as
called
well.
the yes, but some of them are very good. I watched like the pianist. Oh, I think I
Yeah.
watched it a month ago. Pian-
Oh,
it's talk about a very Jew Jewish
yeah,
piano pianist. I'll say
yeah. What's that word?
living in Poland.
Yeah.
The people, the person who plays the piano. How do you call it?
Oh, the pianist. Pianist.
Pianist. Yeah.
Pianist. Yeah.
Mm, I don't. It's so famous. It's very popular. I think
Oh,
you may have watched it.
no.
It's
I don't
called
like
yeah
watching war background of war. I just
yeah.
hate it.
Mm, it talks about a pianist living,
Yeah.
a Jewish pianist living in Poland, and
Yeah.
the uh, German soldiers
Yeah.
came in and divided Jewish
Oh God.
people with the other people, and the Jewish people had to live in a certain area,
Yeah.
and the living condition was so bad, and the food was short. Yeah, they just didn't have enough food to
Yeah.
for them to eat, and most of them died.
Yeah.
Jewish people died during that time, and many of
Yeah.
them were sent to the camps and
Concentration camps. Concentration
concentration
camps.
camps,
Yeah. So
concentration
terrible.
camps, and the pianist finally survived uh, at last. Yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
sad story, but also very
No.
touching. Yeah, mm.
I just
This
wrote
kind of
for you. Anne Frank's
mm.
diary. Have you read that?
Let me see. Let me check it. Annie Frank's diary.
Anne. Anne Frank's. Anne
I
Frank's
think I've
diary.
read
Yeah.
the book.
It's
There's a
it's
book
very
called
famous.
uh, yeah. Is is it a movie? It also have a
I think they
movie.
did a movie out of it, but it's a
Mm,
book written by this little girl who
mm,
was Jewish, and she lived in Amsterdam, and
yeah.
the Nazis came over and they
Mm,
hid in a cupboard that led up to the loft, and they hid there for don't know how many months. But eventually they were found out, and
mm,
and she died in the end. Very sad. But she wrote
mm,
her diary for in those months that they were living up there.
yeah.
Anne Frank's diary
I
is
heard.
translated into many languages.
Yeah. I heard about this tarot, but actually I didn't read it. Yeah, maybe I will find this book to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
To
when my brother came over some years ago, a few years ago, with my
mm,
nephew, um, we all went to Netherlands, and we went to Amsterdam, and we
mm.
visited the house that Anne Frank was in, and
Oh,
yeah, so
the house
it's
was
very
still
very
there.
touching. Yeah, it's
Mm,
still there. It's like a
mm,
museum.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see. Yeah, maybe I will find this
yeah, you
book
should be
and
able to find the
yeah,
book.
mm,
It's
yeah,
very
because yeah,
simple language. Yeah,
mm,
very nice.
maybe in Chinese edition and also the English. Maybe, yeah,
Yeah,
if
there's a
I
Chinese
apply.
version because
Mm.
my sister-in-law, she bought the Chinese version.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Oh,
because it's
I see.
translated into
Mm,
so many languages.
mm,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mm,
I will record some more recordings, especially
mm,
poems, and
mhm,
maybe a few stories, and then you can
mm,
upload them.
mm. Just make sure you have
Ah,
one to be uploaded every day. Yeah,
oh,
to
okay.
record one. Yeah, in a day. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
record a few
and then you
recordings
can
in a day,
upload.
and
Mm.
yeah, so just to make sure if there's some day you're not free, I have something
Yeah,
to upload. Yeah, you can
yeah.
have some recordings stored there. I'll say too.
I'll just send them to
Uh,
you, and then you can
mm,
decide what you want to do with them. At least
yeah.
you got
Okay.
a storage of them.
Mm,
But so
stories.
far,
Yeah.
you think this is a good project? You
Uh,
ought to write some Chinese when you are free, or record some Chinese
yeah. Yeah. I will
when you go
try.
home,
Yeah. When I
when you get
go
home.
back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, that'll be good.
mm, yeah. Okay.
So tomorrow you are not able, is it? Or to day after tomorrow you're not free? What
Tomorrow
date
I
is it?
can make it.
Yeah, it's the day
Tomorrow I
after.
can make it,
Mm,
and the day after from the day after tomorrow to
the
I
7th.
think 7th. Yes. On the 7th I can make it. I cannot make it.
Yeah.
I can
So
make
it's
it
on
on
Tuesday,
weekdays.
Wednesday, Thursday. You can't make it.
Yeah, there's 3.
Fifth,
I
sixth,
think
seven.
mm,
Yeah,
there's 3
the 3 days.
days.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But
So I
during
see you on
the
the
three
Friday.
days, I will still keep uploading because
Oh, you have time to upload.
yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't take me much time to upload. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So if you got any other suggestions, just let
mm,
me know. If you
okay.
have further thoughts.
Mm,
Yeah. Okay.
so see you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Thank you
Mm,
very much.
you're welcome.
Good
Bye
night.
bye.
Bye.